See, they're quite tame. Quite lovable, really.
Is this Mr. Heathcliff?
Shut the door.
Mr. Heathcliff? Shut the door, man! Well, I regret this intrusion, sir. I knocked, but there was no answer. Mr. Lockwood, sir, your new tenant.
My tenant.
At Thrushcross Grange. It was let to me by your solicitor. Well, I do myself the honor of calling on you as soon as possible after my arrival. Yet I fear I have acted most foolhardily. I underestimated the distance from the Grange to your house. The storm suddenly took me unaware, and I lost my way for more than an hour. Well, I fear I shall be compelled to stay the night, if you'll have me.
I don't keep accommodation for visitors. If you insist on staying, I'm afraid you'll have to share a bed with my servant.
Well, I can sleep in one of these chairs.
You sleep on the floor if it pleases you. I've my horses to look to. I bid you good night, sir. Joseph, see to him and then come out of the stable.
Will you have some tea?
No, thank you. If I could know where I am to lie.
Joseph.
Behold, he that keepeth Israel shall neither slumber nor sleep, and the devil take all interlopers.
You old hypocrite, I wonder you're not afraid of being carried bodily away when you mention the devil's name.
Follow me.
Joseph, mind where you put him now. No mischief.
He'll want to be quiet in here. He wouldn't fancy me putting thee in this room. This has been shut for more than 20 years.
Then perhaps there's something else.
Not fit for sleeping in, there's not.
Oh, it's as cold as a grave in here. It smells rather like a tomb, too.
Aye. And here's Lazarus, risen from dead.
That will do, thank you. I should like to be called when you arise. I don't want to stay here longer than is necessary.
Behold, I am against them that prophesy false dreams, saith the Lord.
Good night.
Catherine Heathcliff, Catherine Lincoln, Catherine, Catherine, Catherine.
Let go in God's name!
Let me in!
Who are you?
I'm Catherine Linton. I've come home. Let me in!
Let me go! Let me go if you want me to let you in!
20 years. I've been wandering for 20 years.
Go away, Dean! Go away!
Who's here? Who's in this room?
Sir,
I'd see you in hell before I'd find you in this room. How came you here? What was that cry?
someone outside the window. I got her wrist on the window. See the blood.
blood, sir.
It was a dream. No, she told me her name. Catherine Linton.
Get out.
Sir, permit me to...
Get out!
Come in. Hello, sweetheart. My heart's darling. Hear me. Oh, my daddy. Hear me. Daddy. Daddy.
There was someone outside the window. I heard her call. I'm not raving, really. She told me her name.
Catherine?
Yes, Catherine Linton.
Aye, she was Linton when she died.
When she died?
20 years ago.
I don't believe in phantoms. I don't believe the dead come back to torment the living.
Do you believe the living can torment the dead? What if a man should cry out to his lost love? Come back, haunt me, drive me mad.
Someone did that to her? I don't understand.
Why should you understand all of a moment? You don't know what her life was like.
But I want to know. Will you tell me about her? I don't believe that either of us could sleep now, anyway. Please.
Well, where to begin? She lost her mother early, poor little bairn. And I came here to do for her and her father and her brother Hindley. This was a very different house, a far different place in those days. It was always spring or summer then. Winter was only a lull between. Whenever Mr. Earnshaw made his trips to Liverpool, Catherine and Hindley would sit waiting for him on the front stoop, watching the road.
When I saw you, your comely grace, Carlino costumi.
There he is. Hey, Joseph, I saw him first.
Oh, no. Oh, now, how are my ruffians, Kathy, my boy, my boy? No. Oh, don't crush me. Oh, I've walked 60 miles in 3 days, and I'm worn out.
What did you bring me, Father?
And me.
Oh, my dears, I'm most frightfully sorry, but my mind was taken up with other things.
What things?
Well, I had something very special in my charge, and it took all my attention. No.
What is it?
Call it a gift from God.
It's dark enough to have come from the devil.
Hush, Hindley. The boy is tired and hungry. He was wandering the streets of Liverpool with no home and no one to claim him.
Give him over to me, poor lamb.
Yes, Ellen will feed him and bathe him, and then what a change you'll see. Afterward, you can put him to bed in Master Hindley's room.
Oh, no, Father. Not in my room. You can put him in the stable.
Be quiet. You'll make me ashamed. Now, don't come into my house till you mended your manners. Come.
Solomon says, receive a stranger into thy house, and he'll disturb thee, and turn thee out of thine own. Oh, go away.
Did you take note of his eyes? They're black as night.
Let's swear a pact to hate him forever.
No.
Why not?
I want to see what he looks like after Ellen has scrubbed his face and give him his hairbrush. He may be quite pretty under all that dirt.
And you're not frightened anymore?
What shall we call him, sir?
I had a son who died when he was very young. We'll name him after that little boy. We'll call him Heathcliff. see how like an angel he looks. On the docks where I found him, they warned me to beware. They said he was like a stray dog or a wharf rat, and that he'd answer kindness with his teeth.
I don't care. He doesn't frighten me.
He was a good man. His dream was to see his children grown. But all through the following days, while I busied myself with letting down their skirts and trousers, sickness and old age were shortening his life.
He's a beautiful boy, Heathcliff. Let's race him. We can both ride. We'll run him across the moors, all the way to Penistone Crag.
May I come?
No, you may not.
I want to ride this horse.
You can't. He's mine.
He's not yours, you gypsy beggar. Nothing here is yours.
He is so. Father gave him to Heathcliff. You're simply jealous, Henry, because Father loves him more than he does you, and you know it. Because Heathcliff is more of a son to him than you are. Give me a hand up.
That's right. On your knees, gypsy. Give me a hand.
Henry, stop!
Up, boy, up. How can I mount without support?
You're horrid! Horrid! Stop! Let me up! Let him up!
Say whether I may ride this horse first.
You're crushing my hand.
Say.
Damn you!
Say.
All right, take him. Take him. I hope he kicks your brains out.
Ah! There's something else to tell my father.
Don't touch me.
Are you crying?
No. Just trying to think how I shall pay Hindley back. I don't care how long it takes, as long as I can do it at last. I hope he doesn't die before I do.
Look out there on the moor. Smell the heather.
I love this place.
Do you know, you're very handsome. Boys around here are mostly farmer sons. You're not at all like them.
No?
Your father was Emperor of China.
Oh, Kathy.
No, listen. Your mother was an Indian princess. Why, they could have bought up Wuthering Heights with 1 week's income. That's how rich and marvelous they were. Wicked sailors kidnapped you and brought you to England.
Look up here, you poor morsels. I'm king of the castle. And Kathy is queen.
Man that is born of woman is of few days and full of trouble. He cometh forth like a flower and is cut down. He fleeth also as a shadow and continueth not.
Doctor.
Give rest, O Lord,
Is this death?
to thy servant.
Is this what it's like?
Thy sins.
Now, who spoke of
Where
dying?
pain and sorrow are no
Kathy.
more, neither sighing, but life.
Why can't you always be a good girl?
Thou only art immortal, the creator,
Why can't you always be a good
maker
man?
of man. But we are mortal, all made of the earth, and unto dust shall we return. Or we go down to the dust, and weeping o'er the grave, we make our song.
Oh, God.
Hallelujah, hallelujah, hallelujah.
Where might you be going?
Back to the house.
Correction. Back to my house. I'm master of Wuthering Heights now. The stables will be your home from now on. There will be no more lessons for you, no more advantages. I should gladly turn you out to starve in the gutters you came from, but for the greater pleasure of humbling you. Master Heathcliff.
Where are you hiding? Kathy, show yourself. Kathy, where are you?
Don't step on a grave. Bad luck. He was challenging you to run away.
He knows I'll stay.
Why?
You know.
I don't.
Yes, you do. Don't make me say it.
Very curious boy you are.
And so they went through the years, Kathy and Heathcliff, always those two together, in some queer and mysterious comradeship. The house became Hindley's domain, and he ruled it fiercely. There was no one left for Heathcliff to lord it over, but the beasts in the stable, and even they seemed to grow contemptuous of him as he sank further and further from all grace and favor.
I know it's full of stinking rot and bugs. It's the best we have. He'd like to see you all dead so that he could blame me for neglecting you or poisoning you. Hindley! Hindley!
Whenever you come
Where is he?
Go outside, Heathcliff. He's been drinking again. He's drunk.
I want to see the master.
There! There, you gypsy filth! Well, the master is here. Joseph! More wine! Where is Joseph? What are you doing in the house?
This is what you expect me to feed the horses. It isn't fit for pigs.
You'd know about that, wouldn't you? Yes, you're eminently qualified to speak for swine. I thank you for that, Master Heathcliff. I'm always kind of a reason to beat you. Heathcliff! He has submissively endured the whip, Kathy. Doesn't fight back. He doesn't run. Aren't you proud of your hero?
Heathcliff, in God's name! Oh!
Joseph! More wine! Kathy.
You know, when I see a sunset like this, I wish it was, a poet. Wish I had the words to say what I feel. Hardly talk at all anymore. I'm always afraid you'll laugh at me. Listen, there are linnets over the hill and a cuckoo answering them. You know, if you keep very quiet, you can even hear the bees humming about the wildflowers down at Gimmerton Kirk. Don't turn away from me, Kathy.
Have I turned away from you?
What were you thinking about just now?
About you?
Were you?
I was thinking about you. Not as you are, but as you used to be before Father died. And I was thinking of you as you might be. Handsome, erect, and clean. Full of pride. Dressed like a gentleman with lace at your wrists and finger rings. Giving orders, not taking them. Not stammering about cuckoos and bees, but talking beautifully about voyages and governments and wars. Why don't you leave here? Why don't you leave Wuthering Heights? Why do you stay to be beaten and bullied and humiliated? When you demean yourself, you're sinning against me as well. You're destroying us both.
Destroying you? I exist for you. I have no other reason for being. All that I endure for you. I can live without pride. I can live without lace cuffs and finger rings. What I cannot live without is you. And if you send me away from you, away from my life.
Yes.
Oh, Kathy.
Yes. I should send you away, and God help me, I should die of it. Go or stay. You'll kill me in the end, I know it.
My little love.
I shall never know a moment's peace till you've laid me out under a stone at Gimmerton Kirk. I shall be content not to hear the bees around the wild flowers then, or hear a linnet sing, or see the sun go down. If only I can sleep and know that Heathcliff will not wake me, only to break my heart again. No. No, you just want to lay hands on me all the time.
You don't want to lay hands on me?
Not all the time. I want other things. I want to be pleasant and gay. I want to hear some music. Look. Look. The sun is setting behind Thrushcross Grange. They'll be lighting the little tapers soon in those great crystal chandeliers. Let's go down and spy on the Lintons like we used to when we were small.
No, Kathy, let's stay.
Oh, no, please. It was so lovely there. It was like a palace. Oh, please, Heathcliff. Please. Please come.
All right, you've had your look. Come on.
I want to go nearer. Now, get down.
No, I won't. I'm going back.
All right, then. Go on, then. I'll get down by myself.
Kathy. Oh, Kathy.
You've sprained my ankle.
Let me see.
Don't touch.
Who is it? Who's out there? Careful, sir.
It's a girl.
Bravo, Isabella. Is it Miss Earnshaw?
Yes?
Well, I know your brother, ma'am. Does he allow you to roam the countryside in this fashion with rough companions?
Come on.
Are you all right?
I think I've broken my ankle. I'm terribly ashamed.
Robert, help her carry her
Don't
into the
touch her,
house.
any of you. I'll take you home.
No, it's too far.
Bring her in here.
Yes, go on.
Some brandy in the dining room. I'll send my man for Dr. Kenneth. You will have to stay here the night. I'm afraid your servant can carry word to your brother.
I won't leave her here.
Oh, won't you?
No, you puling fop, I won't.
You will leave my house. There's the door. You're neither needed nor wanted here. Go on, get out.
Kathy?
You'd better go, Heathcliff. Tell Hindley not to worry.
I'll tell him. I'll tell him. My humble thanks to you for your hospitality. I won't forget it.
Oh, get out.
I will. Oh, one day, I'll come back. Robert!
Yes, sir. No, it's all right. He's gone. I'll take that. Go and fetch Dr. Kenneth and hurry, man.
What a dreadful man, Miss Earnshaw. How can you tolerate his vulgarity?
Don't prattle, Isabella. Can you drink a little of this?
Thank you.
Does it still hurt?
No, it's much better now.
Why, Edgar, you're blushing. How romantic.
Really, Isabella. She's so very silly.
Is there any sign of her?
No, not yet. Why doesn't she come?
Well, now you've waited 5 weeks for her ankle to heal. Surely you can wait 5 minutes for them to bring her home.
Ellie, will she be much changed? Ellie, help me to be decent. If I can lay hold on some grammar books, perhaps you'll read to me in the evenings and correct my grammar.
When would you find the time? When he works you from sun up till you drop with fatigue?
Oh, I do with less sleep. Shh. Ellie, stop!
Oh, Miss Catherine.
Welcome home, welcome. Oh, I mustn't come near you. My hands are all flour. Dirty a pretty habit.
Heathcliff. Come here. Well, Heathcliff, have you forgotten me? Well, aren't you glad to see me?
Let the fellow go, Catherine.
Oh, Heathcliff, why are you so dirty?
You needn't have touched me.
Mind your tongue.
I shall be as dirty as I please.
Catherine, I find his manner insufferable. Let me speak to your brother about it.
Heathcliff? Don't you dare.
He ought to be run off the place.
Edgar, you've been charming to me for 5 lovely weeks. Don't spoil it now by coming to my home and criticizing my loved ones.
Loved ones? That boorish gypsy? Good day, Catherine.
Where are you going? Edgar, you're not to leave me in that temper. You and Isabella are coming to have supper with me tonight. Swear to me that you'll come.
Swear to you? Let go of my arm, Catherine. You must not presume upon my affection for you. I don't understand you when you're like this. I don't know you at all. I'm even a little afraid of you, I think. Drive on.
Ellen, you'd better send Joseph into the glen with his fowling piece. The Lintons are very partial to pheasant. We shall be 4 for supper.
What will those be for?
Master always takes wine with his meals.
Oh, you're drunk enough in the town before he gets home.
Hey, wipe thou these.
Ellen, you come and help me.
Prettying yourself for him.
I don't want to talk to you. I'm quite angry with you for your behavior this afternoon.
Oh, no, you're not angry with me. You're angry with yourself. And you're ashamed. Have you look at me when I talk to you?
You're embarrassing me in front of my servants.
To hell with your embarrassment. To hell with your servants. You're treating me infernally. I've done no harm except maybe to love you. You know, if Edgar Linton loved you with all the powers of his puny being, he couldn't love you as much in 80 years as I do in a single day.
Take care, Heathcliff.
Now, you take care lest you drive me too far. I'm warning you, Kathy.
All right, then. I'm warned. Come on, Ellen.
The maiden fair, but chilleth the sea. Thou art so true. Where's my stable boy? That's how you do your work, is it? Get out there and unsaddle my horse. Wait a minute. Wipe the slime off my boots first. Joseph, what does the good book say about dirt for the dirty?
Don't do that. Don't do that.
Threatening me?
You'll never use this on me again. I leave Wuthering Heights tonight, and Kathy will go with me.
Ellen, can you keep a secret?
Is it worth keeping?
Edgar Linton has asked me to marry him.
Asked you to marry him?
What should I answer him?
How should I know? Do you love him?
Well, of course I do. How could I help it?
Well, then, where's the obstacle?
Here and here. In whatever place the soul lives, I'm convinced that I'm wrong. Ellen, do you ever dream strange dreams?
Yes, sit down. I put your hair to right.
Last night, I dreamt that I was in heaven. I ought to have been happy. But somehow I felt that heaven wasn't my home. And that broke my heart with weeping to come back to earth. The angels were so angry that they flung me out into the middle of the heath on top of Wuthering Heights. But I woke. sobbing for joy. Oh, Ellen. I've no more business to marry Edgar Linton than I have to be in heaven. If Hindley hadn't brought Heathcliff so low, I should never have thought of it. But it would degrade me to marry Heathcliff now. So he will never know how much I love him. But when I'm married to Linton, I'll be able to help him to rise and place him out of my brother's power. Oh, Ellen, Heathcliff is more myself than I am. Whatever our souls are made of, his and mine are the same, and Linton's is as different as frost from fire. Oh, Ellen, I am Heathcliff.
Miss Cathy, come quick, they'll kill each other.
He got away.
Oh,
He came roaring out of the hallway next to the room like a wrath of Jehovah. What'd you say to him back there? He's made off with my chestnut mare. If he ever shows his ugly face around here again, I haven't tried as a thief.
Let Rain talk sense.
But I must.
You don't know where he's gone.
I do. I must go to him.
No.
He'll be waiting for me.
Yes, he comes. You catch your death out there. Mr. Edgar Linton who found Cathy on Penistone Crag, the life all but out of her. It was Mr. Linton who carried her home to Thrushcross Grange and sent for me to come and nurse her. At first it seemed that she might die of Heathcliff's being away. Afterward it was as though his very absence was indeed the medicine that soothed her wild spirits. And as the summer passed, she rallied.
Look, Isabella, I'm up and about again. Cathy, you look marvelous. Oh, no, Ellen, let me. I enjoy fussing over her. May I, Cathy? Oh, darling Bella, certainly. Oh, how could anyone not get well with so much care and so much kindness?
I can do everything but breathe for you. Your business is to rest greatly and eat sparingly.
Ogre.
Minx. Oh, well, I must be off.
Ellen will show you out.
Tell me, has there been any news of Heathcliff?
No, sir, no one has seen or heard of him since the night he ran off with Mr. Hindley's favourite mount. The night that Miss Cathy was taken ill.
Has she spoken of him?
No, sir. Well, only in her sleep. Sometimes she calls out his name in her sleep.
Perhaps she's recovering from that sickness, too. What a blessing it would be if she could. Ah, well, keep me informed.
I will, sir.
And then he took my wrist and felt it and said, "Good heavens, I can't feel your pulse." And I said, "Well then, doctor, one of us must be dead." The reason was, of course, that he'd still got his gloves on. Oh, no, it's too good to be true.
Your cheeks are flushed. You mustn't tire yourself on using it.
Oh, I'm all right.
He's hinting for me to leave you two alone. Selfish.
Oh, what happened just then? He was smiling at me, and it faded away.
It was a false smile. I couldn't keep it. I suppose I ought to feel an absolute cad. I'm jealous of your attentions towards my own sister, whom I dearly love. But I can't help it. I'm jealous of everyone you speak to. I fear there is only one thing will ever cure me.
Please, darling Catherine, can I ask you again?
If you will say it very sweetly and very simply, and if you will smile at me the while.
I can't.
You can.
Now, Kathy, be serious. How can one smile and say, will you marry me?
Well, Edgar, you just have.
Good Lord, I have, haven't I? Well, Kathy, what do you answer?
I answer yes. Yes, Edgar Linton, I will marry you.
Oh, my beloved darling.
I'll marry you the moment I'm strong enough to rise from this couch. And I promise I'll be an angel to you and the wife. I'll be a sister to Isabella, and I'll look after you both and run this house. And then, when I ride down into town, people will clear the way for me and bow and say, that's Mrs. Edgar Linton. She's the greatest lady in the north of England.
I, Catherine, do take thee, Edgar, to my lawful wedded husband.
I, Catherine, do take thee...
Heathcliff.
I, Catherine, do take thee...
Heathcliff.
I, Catherine, do take thee...
Heathcliff.
Edgar, to be my lawful wedded husband.
Are you all right?
Yes, yes, go on, finish it.
The ring. With this ring I thee wed.
With this ring, I thee wed.
Inasmuch as Edgar and Catherine have consented together in holy wedlock, I do now pronounce that they are man and wife.
Darling, did I frighten you? My heart was beating so I couldn't hear anything. That's why I shouted out that way. My heart was thumping in my ears. Hold me, Edgar. Hold me.
I took the tea roses and the little heather from her bouquet and pressed it into a book for her. When she'd been married a year, I did the same with one of the roses that Mr. Linton gave to her. And the next year the same. There is no flower for their 3rd anniversary, and no flower thereafter. For that night was the night when everything changed.
Madam, someone would like to speak to you.
See me, dearest Nellie? Oh, but I can't see anyone tonight. I'm dancing with my husband on our 3rd wedding anniversary.
Miss Cathy, you must come.
Must I? I'm beginning to suspect a surprise.
Is it, Edgar? Is it a surprise?
Well, it is to me. I know nothing about it.
Oh, where is it, Nellie? Outside?
Wait, Miss Cathy.
What am I looking for? Is it really a person? Or is it... Heathcliff.
Well, Cathy, have you forgotten me?
You're very changed, but I have not forgotten you.
I'd hoped you might be wearing gloves. White ones. I wanted to touch you once without... Sorry.
Very strange. It's as though you'd never been away at all. As though I'd seen you only yesterday. Come in, dear Heathcliff.
Oh. Oh, come with me, Cathy. Come with me to my castle on Penistone Crag. Come on. We'll ride the one horse as we used to.
Oh, no, be sensible. What will Ellen think? I must go and tell Edgar this year.
Yes, he'll need preparing for the shock of it.
What shock? The past is forgotten. You must try to forget it, too.
Kindly do not presume to advise me as to what I must or must not do.
Not another word, or I'll think you haven't changed at all.
Listen, Cathy. I've been in hell these 3 years. I cannot tell you what tortures I had to endure or to inflict to come to this, to these fine clothes, to this recently silvered tongue. I can only tell you that every moment, every cursed moment was for you.
You mustn't talk to me like this. I'm Mrs. Edgar Linton now. Edgar, can you imagine what's happened? Heathcliff's come back.
Heathcliff? You mean the gypsy, the stable boy?
No, I mean my friend. Shall I tell him to come in?
Here, into the parlor.
Oh, no. Heaven forbid. The kitchen will do for him and me. Will that please you, dear?
Ellen, kindly bid my wife's visitor to step in here. I think you might try to be pleased without being obsessed.
Take care, Edgar.
Well, good evening, sir.
Good evening.
No, sit down, sir, sit down.
Thank you.
I understand that you have been away for a considerable time.
Yes, for 3 years.
Yes, and never thought of me.
I expect I thought about you exactly as often as you thought about me.
Oh, quite so, my dear. You see, he never thought about you at all. Tell me, sir, did you inherit an estate or remove to America? Or did you make your fortune with mask and pistol upon the English highway?
No. No, the truth is that I chose to act upon the suggestion that my father was an emperor of China, my mother an Indian princess, and I went into the world to claim my birthright. Well, now that I've paid my respects, I really must be getting home.
And what place do you call home?
For the moment, Wuthering Heights.
Wuthering Heights?
Yes, Mr. Earnshaw kindly gave me lodgings last night. He's asked me to stay on for a while. He fancies himself as something of a gambler, you know.
For what stakes?
Oh, I shall let him decide that. Good night, you, sir. Mrs. Linton. Miss Linton.
Heathcliff, won't you shake my husband's hand? Then I shall know that we're all friends at last.
Thank you, Miss Linton.
I hope we shall have the pleasure of your company soon again, sir.
Indeed you shall. Good night.
Good night.
Isabella.
Here's the end of your luck, you insolent upstart. 7 of clubs.
9 of diamonds.
10 of hearts.
Knave of hearts.
King of diamonds.
Ace. Spades.
Death and damnation.
And I presume our little game is terminated.
Not on your life. I want to raise the stakes.
But you've lost so heavily to me already.
I still have this house. I still have Wuthering Heights.
No. Don't wager that. Not yet. You must make Wuthering Heights difficult to come by. Else you'll deprive me of the exquisite satisfaction of obtaining it, which I've dreamt about so long.
Well, what then, you devil?
There's a piece of land on the moor where you used to graze sheep.
20 acres.
Yes. Below Penistone Crag, that's right. There's a rail fence there that wants repairing, and I'm in great need of vigorous exercise. Shall we play for that piece of land?
Give me those. Deal.
Good afternoon.
Why, Miss Linton, what a surprise.
No, it's not. And you needn't pretend that it is. You needn't go on calling me Miss Linton like that. You have been a visitor at my brother's house 5 times in as many weeks. But you know perfectly well that my name is Isabella.
Isabella. Sounds Spanish, doesn't it? There's a promise of something warm in it.
Does it? One would scarcely think so, the way you've contrived to avoid me. And yet, You have been in my thoughts every moment since the night you came to the Grange to see my sister-in-law.
Have I indeed?
You needn't be embarrassed for me.
About what?
About being half naked.
What?
A girl who has been brought up in her brother's care is less likely to be shy about such things than...
One who has not.
Exactly.
My dear child, I'm not in the least embarrassed for either of us. I've been used to work in the sun, half naked, as you put it, with the feel of air and earth in my body. At such times, I don't feel in the least civilized. I feel as natural as any beast in his element. Shameless, sensual, even predatory.
No, it is I that am shameless. I shouldn't have come here. I'm afraid you've misunderstood my motive.
I understand you very well, Miss Banner. You're quaking like a tiny bird in a trap. Your heart is beating insanely. You are frightened almost beyond endurance, and yet you want. You want.
No, please. I cannot stop trembling. I beg you, I don't want.
Thank you, dear. I can do the rest.
Well, I'm glad it's over, but I must say it was a most excellent party. I was quite proud of you.
I really ought to be very angry with Isabella. She behaved shockingly.
Did she?
Oh, didn't you notice? Throwing herself at Heathcliff in that disgusting manner. She danced every dance with him.
I'm afraid I blame him for that. I thought it was damned impotent of him.
It's not Heathcliff's fault if Isabella pursues him and clings to him, is it?
Now, don't let's quarrel about it. I'll see these safe in my study. Good night, Isabella.
Good night.
Isabella, is that you?
I was just going along to bed.
You're very late coming upstairs, aren't you?
Mr. Heathcliff and I went for a walk on the moor. There was a moon.
Do you think that's quite proper?
It was quite fun. I don't much care whether it was proper or not.
No, anyone can see that. If you won't be cautious of your reputation, then I'm afraid, dearest Bella...
Don't you dare spell me. I don't know what hold you have on Heathcliff. I only know it's something old and rather morbid. His feelings for you are furious and violent. You can have that for whatever it's worth to you. I only want his tenderness and his love.
Then I'm no longer angry with you. I pity you. And that is more than he will do. He's a fierce, merciless man. More than that, he's greedy and ambitious. I know he could never love anyone with the name of Linton, and yet he's quite capable of marrying your fortunes and your expectations. And then, when he's had his fill of you, he'll crush you like a sparrow's egg.
That's funny. Because he calls me his little bird. The only way he ever crushes me is to crush me in his arms. How it must gall you to know that under this rouge my mouth is bruised with his kisses. What do you think of that? And my hands? Does it bother you to know that they... Have you quite finished? Oh! You've drawn blood. I now consider that a state of open war exists between Isabella Linton and her poisonous friend, Catherine.
You have a good ride, sir?
Splendid, thank you, Robert.
Oh, do be sensible. I'm trying to think clearly for all of us. I feel as though I'm surrounded by...
Helen, who is that in the garden with my wife?
And finally, when Isabella dared to infer that she'd entertained the notion of marrying you, it put Edgar quite out of his mind. He's confined her to her room for the time being. Now, if you're to come here again, it must be only as my friend to see me. You are to leave Isabella alone. Do you understand?
Oh, I do, Gabby, I do.
I like her too well to let you absolutely seize her and devour her.
And I like her too ill to attempt it.
I knew you didn't care for her. I knew it.
Now, what am I to deduce from that? Are you angry? or relieved? Which?
If you loved her, I should be your friend and intercede for you.
Would you really?
You don't believe me?
Listen, Kathy. If I believed that you wanted me to marry her, I'd cut my throat and bleed to death in your lap. Enough of this vain chatter, Kathy. You've treated me infernally. You know it and I know it. When the tyrant grinds down his slaves, they don't turn on him, they crush those beneath them. You are welcome to torture me to death for your amusement. Only allow me to amuse myself in the same style.
Sir, I have been so far forbearing with you. I now require your instant departure from this house.
Well? Have you nothing to say? Will you suffer me to be driven off once again? Very well. I shall not lack for company.
What do you mean?
It'll be quite clear in a moment.
Where are you going?
I'll have my man on you.
Isabella?
Sir, he's mad.
Isabella!
Get out of my house. Get out of my house!
Isabella, come down here at once!
Get out of my house!
Isabella!
Isabella, go back to your room.
Isabella, come down here. I want to talk to you.
What's wrong?
Isabella, go back to your room. I command you.
Heathcliff, what is it?
Your brother has forbidden me any further contact.
Edgar, you'd no right.
He's appalled at the idea that you and I might marry.
Marry? Do you want me, Heathcliff?
You'll never know unless you come with me now.
Bella! Then I shall have to come.
Oh, sister.
I'm sorry, Edgar. Shall I pack a bag?
No time. Just a cloak.
Judas. Traitor.
If you value your life, get out before she comes back.
We'll send you news of our wedding trip.
You think I won't shoot you down? You filthy beggar!
Obviously, else I should be out of the door.
I'm gonna kill you!
How simple it would be if he could. I wish you joy of this milk-blooded coward, Kathy.
I'm ready.
Leave the dog.
Benny, but I can't go anywhere without
Not
her.
even to your bridal couch.
You're hurt.
Leave her, my sweet. I'm your mongrel now.
Benny.
To horse, mistress, to horse, and then to preacher, and then... Why then, God knows what happens.
Isabella. She's no longer my sister. Not because I disowned her, but because she has disowned me.
Your sister.
What?
Your sister's run off and hurt your niggling little pride.
Catherine!
Kill me! Kill me!
Stop it now!
Do you think I'm joking? Pull the trigger! Pull it, damn you! I want to die! No! Edgar, you've always pretended to more valor than you possess. If you have any courage at all, if you have any charity or mercy, in God's name, kill me now!
Now the house was quiet, and the days settled down around it like dead leaves. Little was heard of Heathcliff and Isabella and their new life at Wuthering Heights. Edgar Linton took his hurt pride and locked himself up in one room, and Cathy sat lifeless in another, staring blindly out of doors, while all the health of her body, and of her mind too, seemed to drain slowly away. What's the use of my cooking special food for you? You won't even taste it.
I had a little tea and toast earlier.
Tea and toast. That was yesterday morning.
Where's my husband?
In his study.
While I sit on the very edge of the grave. Does he know how changed I am? How wasted?
What he does not know is that you're starving yourself. He'd come quick enough if he knew that you were bent on making yourself ill.
Don't you dare give him any news of me. He hasn't set foot in this room for weeks. Nobody cares if I live or die. Least of all him. How dreary to meet death surrounded by all your cold faces.
Now, there's nothing the matter with you but melancholy. Now come and lie down and rest.
Careful.
What have you done? You've torn your pillow.
Did you know that they put pigeons' feathers into pillows? It's cruel. No wonder I can't sleep. Poor little thing. Felt the rain coming and wanted to fly to its nest. I made Heathcliff promise not to shoot it.
Stop it, you're wandering. Come and lie down and close your eyes.
Married, did you say? Married? When? How long? Nellie, there's someone in the room. There in the shadows.
There's no voice. There's no one there.
Yes, there is. Can't you see that face? Make it stop staring at me. Make it stop.
There now.
It's behind there still. I'm afraid it'll come out when you've left the room.
There's nothing there. It was yourself, Miss Cathy.
Myself? Oh, then it's true. And the clock is striking 12. Oh, how dreadful.
Child.
Wait. Oh, did that ever happen to you? The most incredible thing. All of a sudden, I imagined myself back in my room at Wuthering Heights. My old bed, my doll, and the wind coming straight down the moor, scolding the trees outside the branches. Oh, let me have one breath of it. Let me feel it just once more.
No, it's freezing out there.
Open the windows. I'm suffocating in here. I can't breathe. Open them, please. Oh, I will.
Miss Cathy, come back.
Look.
I'll tell the master.
Look, Ellen. You can see all the way to Wuthering Heights.
Foolish child, you never could. You can't now.
Oh, look. That's my room with the candle in it. Joseph sits up late, doesn't he? He's waiting for me to come home so that he may lock the gate.
Wait.
We'll have to wait a while yet. We have to pass by Gimmerton graveyard to go that journey. You're not afraid, are you, Heathcliff? You will come. If you do, I'll keep you. I'll not lie there by myself.
You take your things off. Oh, you wicked girl. What are you doing to yourself?
When, as I view your comely grace, Calino stormy, your golden hair and your angel face.
I win. Now we play for your heart. Your black heart.
Oh, to the drunkards of Ephraim, whose glorious beauty is a fading flower.
Milk is corrupt. There are flies in it. Take it out of my sight.
Minchin and munchin.
You impudent wretch!
Peace. No wonder the three of you don't let me have my little nap in the afternoon. You know, it puts me quite out of sorts when I don't, and then who suffers for it, eh? Why, you do, don't you?
Heathcliff, I can't.
God, what, my little bird?
I can't. I don't know. I can't anything. So tired. Everything is so dirty here.
You're being critical again, aren't you? You're carping. You know you've had to suffer with that before.
Be reasonable. Oh, God.
Madam, when you're not being waspish, you are leaking like a black cloud. Spare us your unnatural temperament.
If I'm so disagreeable to you, why do you keep me here? You don't want me. You made that plain enough from the beginning. When I tried to please you, angered you. When I was loving, I disgusted you. And yet you keep me here. Why? Why won't you let me go?
I think the answer is obvious.
What answer?
Why? You are your brother's proxy in suffering.
Oh, no. When will you be satisfied of his pain so that mine may stop?
When loving her has wrenched the life's blood out of his heart, as it has mine.
You talk of love, yours and hers. What sort of love is it that burns and blinds everyone that looks on it? Your sort of love is so bound up with hatred and jealousy and revenge that it destroys everyone it touches. Shall we all have to die of it? And if we do, what of her? Will she escape?
You'd like to see her dead, wouldn't you?
No.
You think I'd love you then? No. I swear if you mention her name in that regard again...
Please, you're hurting me.
Baggage. Baggage!
He locks up everything that might be used against him. He'd die to know about this. He'd die. Do you see my meaning? He'd die. Come on, take it. Feel how sharp it is. Feel it. Sharp. You and I are friends.
No! No!
Mistress!
Come at last, are you, Edgar Linden?
Forgive me, Kathy. I've been right here for days and days. It's you who've been away this time.
I shall be away for good before long.
Please don't. Look, I've brought you these.
Crocuses. I used to pick them at the mouth of the fairy cave and Penistone Crag. Do you remember Heathcliff?
Oh, Kathy.
They remind me of soft thaw winds and warm sunshine. They remind me of the spring. I shall never forgive the rain for driving them into the earth and spoiling their petals. I made a bouquet of them on the crag the night he went away. And I cried. Oh, God, how I cried. Heathcliff, come back! Heathcliff, come back! Oh, I'm soaking wet. I'm so cold. I'm so cold.
Ellen. This is good to see you.
Come in here. Where is my brother?
With her.
Is she very ill? I can't see her. I can't see either of them. But you must be warned. Heathcliff has found out about her illness.
Pray heaven he doesn't try to see her.
He will. You know he will. He found out about it in the town this morning. He's out there now. Somewhere on the moor. Watching and waiting his chance. As I have waited mine. Going away, Ellen. Robert has gone to get my little dog. I'm going far away where he can't find me. Ellen, what did I marry? Is he a man or is he some sort of monster?
Oh, child, child.
Sounded like Mamma just then. Oh, this room. This dear room, this precious old room. Ellen, what happened to us? This house was happy once. What happened? Fanny! Thank you, Robert. She's all I have left now. Goodbye, Ellen. Goodbye.
Stay close to her. When her husband returns, tell him I'll look in again in the morning.
I will, sir.
Heaven help us. How did you get in?
I knew that pious man would have to go out and pray for her in church. Which door is it? Never mind. I'll find her. Kathy? Kathy? Kathy?
Let me breathe. Let me breathe. No, I want to die. Oh, how sweet to die now.
Oh, my Catherine, my little love, my life. Oh, my darling.
How strong you are, Richard. How many years do you mean to live after I'm gone?
No. I can't bear it, can't bear it.
I wish I could hold you until we were both dead. Why shouldn't you suffer? I do. Will you forget me? Will you be happy when I'm in the earth? Will you say that's the grave of Catherine Earnshaw? I loved her long ago and was wretched to lose her, but it is past.
Forget you. I could as soon forget my existence.
You're crying. You never cried before.
I think not.
I'll take those tears. They're mine. They're meant for me.
Yes. Take them. Take them. They'll blight you. They'll damn you. Oh, Kathy, why did you betray your own heart? You loved me. What right did you have to leave me?
Let me alone. Let me alone. If I've done wrong, I'm dying for it. Isn't that enough? You lost me too, but I don't condemn you for it. I forgive you. Forgive me, then.
It's hard. It's hard. Looking at those eyes. These wasted hands. I forgive you what you have done to me. I love my murderer. But yours, how can I?
Listen. What do the bells say? Are they calling me? Lift me up. Lift me up. I want to look at the moors again. I want to see our valley one more time. Hurry. Hurry, hurry, hurry. Oh, please. Oh. Spirit. I want to be a girl again and walk on those hills. I want to climb to the top of Brontë and cry. Do you remember how we used to call? You always wanted to lie in an ecstasy of peace. And I wanted everything to sparkle and dance. I said your heaven would be only half alive. And you said mine would be sunk. I said I should fall asleep in yours. You said you couldn't breathe in mine.
Stop talking. Stop talking.
I should stop seeing. They're not of my own will. Do you know something? We never had a whole day's happiness, you and I. An afternoon, perhaps, or an evening, but never a whole day. Don't finish there.
Here, the master's here. Get her into bed quickly in heaven's name and save yourself. And go down by the back stairs. Do you hear what I'm saying to you?
Give her to me. She's smiling. Why? She's alive to the end. May she wake in torment. Not in heaven. Not yet. Catherine Earnshaw, may you not rest as long as I'm living. Haunt me. Be with me always. Take any form. Drive me mad. Only don't leave me in this abyss where I cannot find you. Not alone. Oh, God. Not alone.
how she lived, and that was how she died. They're all in the earth now. Isabella, Hindley, Edgar Linton. Heathcliff has outlived them all.
One dieth in his full strength, and another dieth in the bitterness of his soul. They shall go down alike into the dust, and the worms shall cover him. He had no coat on him. Out into that he went with nothing but his shirt sleeves for comfort. He went out through the broken window calling her name. It was something to see, I warrant you. Way across the moors he went towards Gimmerton Kirk. I watched him out of sight.
Kathy? Where are you? Kathy! I know. You're hiding. Come out! Come out of your grave! Kathy! Where are you? I shall find you, my little love. Never fear.
How many years do you mean to live after I'm gone?
No more, my darling. I have to remind myself to breathe. I have to remind my heart to beat. Now let me forget to do so. Before God, I declare that I've been punished enough. In his name, let the dead lie down. Come, sleep. Come, you angels of darkness, and blind me here. I cannot live without my life. I cannot live without my soul.
This has been a Talent Associates production.